Hey, it's Tuesday. It's video day. It's Tuesday. I just hit my screen. It's Tuesday. Didn't break it. It's Tuesday. Thankfully, about to not breaking it. Also, thankfully, it's Tuesday. Hey, it's Tuesday on video day. On Tuesdays, videos Tuesday. What's going on, peoples? I didn't get anything in the mail. I should be getting some comics in the mail today, but the mail hadn't come yet. But sometimes on here, I talk about stuff I've read. And last night, when I was at bowling with my son, I read some comics because I don't want to talk to other parents. And sometimes, even when I'm sitting there with my nose in a book, people still decide that they want to have a conversation with me. And that's just rude. But anyway, what did I read? I read a bunch of stuff, but I read some stuff. I always like to point out stuff that I read from like friends or just cool stuff. I mean, I read obviously a lot of comics every week, like the weekly stuff, but unless something really stands out, I don't really talk about that. But this is some stuff. I got this from Heroes Con last year from Stephanie Williams, who does the art and everything on it. Artist O'Neill Jones, colorist Christina. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Pogue. I doubt it's Poag. Poag. I'm gonna go with Pogue. That sounds like a good name. Poag. Poag sounds. It might be Poag, and I'm making fun of your poor name. I'm sorry, you're not poor name, but you're making fun of your name. If that is, I apologize. But it's a cool Living Heroes. It is, as you can't tell from the logo and the cover, it's like a living single, the '90s sitcom, kind of not rip off, but satire, parody, whatever the right literary word is, with Marvel women characters and some men characters too, but mostly all people of color. Even She-Hulk, who is a person of color, even though she's, I think there's, if I remember right, there's a joke about that. I'm not just making a off-color joke as a white guy. Uh, yeah, white women of color. Yeah, that's like one of the story titles. But anyway, it's fun. It's a fun book. It's got who's it got in here? You got Falcon, Bishop, Blue Marvel, Storm, like She-Hulk, like I said, Blade, Moon Girl. This it has like little nicknames for him on the back, like the Spectrum. Oh, Spectrum. The Daywalker for Blade, and for Storm it says. I thought it said the Wanderer, and I kept looking at it like, why does it? Why is she a Wanderer? Like, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about X-Men characters because that is just not something I've read a lot of. But I was like, is she a Wanderer? Is that like a thing? And I kept reading it and looking at it and thinking, and then I realized it says Wind Rider. I just don't know how to read. I'm just not a very smart man. But yeah, it was a fun book. And I'll put a link if she has it available online. I'll put a link. If not, I'll just put a link to social media, and you can find her at a con and pick it up. It's really cool. Um, Derek Loffman, Crimson Fall, The Shore Tower, which I think is the second in the series about this knight and monk who are monster hunters. I like Derek Loffman's art a lot. Oh gosh, he did that fantasy anthropomorphic animal book, that name that I cannot remember right now. Oh, it was like a little pig. Wasn't it? A pig? Was the main character and those other animals? Oh man, it's gonna drive me nuts. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a good book. Um, but yeah, like he has a cartoony style, and this book definitely, even though it does have a cartoony style, it is very violent and has a lot of swear words in it. So, I mean, it's not for kids, or maybe it is for your kids. I don't. I'm not your parent, so do whatever you want. Uh, if you want to give your kids this, that's up to you. I mean, so everybody parents a little different. Uh, Maybe it could expose them to something cool and weird, and maybe not make them weird as they grow up. I don't know. I'm not that great. I am a parent, but I kind of just winged it, winged it. That's probably the better word of saying it. But yeah, this is a cool book. Very violent, very adventure-y. Very cool. I love it. Love it. This book I also got from Heroes. Oh, this I got from Kickstarter. Derek sells stuff on his website, so I'm pretty sure this will be on there. So I'll try and add a link. Remember to put a link to that. This I got from Heroes also. I saw Logan Noggle. He came to my table, and we know each other from social media and whatnot. Or maybe it was Benjamin Mackey that I saw one of these two guys. Because I'm going to reveal something about myself. A lot of times when people come up to me and talk to me at a table and we know each other, I know a lot of people because I work with so many people, and all I see is their names. I don't really talk to them in person, so I don't have a face usually to go with their name, or the project. Uh, so a lot of times when someone comes up and talks to me like they know me, or because we know each other from through comics, I will just fake my way through the conversation and be polite, and just carry the conversation through, and then after that person's walked away, I will have to take out my phone and look them up to see who it was I was just talking to. I think it has to do with like I said, like so many people working with so many people without seeing their face or anything, but also maybe the autism might have something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a jerk. Hopefully it doesn't offend anybody. But he came up to me and talked to me, and then I looked him up and saw this cover on his Instagram and went, Snake People, I'm going to go buy that book right now. And I started walking across the show floor and realized that this guy, I was at like 1500 was like my table number. He was at like 100. So it was the entire floor I walked across to get this book because Snake People are my jam. Supervillains, they're snake people. I don't know why. I just think it's cool. Like a whole snake team. Everybody's got different code names, different powers, different snake stuff. I don't know. It's just a cool theme to me. I don't know why. I don't like actual snakes. I just like snake people. I think they're cool. Maybe because of Cobra from GI Joe. Uh, I love Cobra in the DC universe. Uh, Serpent Society in Marvel. I don't know. It's just a thing I dig. I think it's a cool gimmick. But I finally got to read this last night, and it was really funny and really awesome. Um, I dig the art. I dig the goofy kind of style to it, or storytelling. It's like a pyramid scheme supervillain team, uh, and mainly about the main character uh, and how he deals with kind of being like the low on the totem pole of the. Of course, I don't remember anybody's name because I read it last night. So why would I remember anybody's name? Garter Snake. Garter Snake. He's like a low on the totem pole of the whole. Oh, totem pole. I don't think we're supposed to say that anymore. Low on the rankings uh, um, of the pyramid scheme of the echelon of snake people. Uh, so yeah, and he's got to kind of deal with that. But yeah, then he ends up, being a big part of the story, obviously, because that's, what most stories are about the low guy kind of, being a big part of the story, obviously. And he's the center of the story. Of course, he's a big part of the story. He's the center of the story. But yeah, really cool. Really loved it. Logan Noggle, Benjamin Mackey. Let me see if there's any other people that worked on this. Those are the writer and illustrator. See if they had any other help. They had Cynthia Noggle in marketing, and Sean. Ooh, that's another name for me to say. Beekhuizen, Beekhuizen, Beekhuizen. Beekhuizen. I'm gonna say Beekhuizen. Why are you Beekhuizen? Sorry if I made fun of your name too. On graphic design, but yeah, it's a cool book. Check that out. I'll put a link to that below if they have it. If not, I'll just, like I said, I'll put the social medias and you can find them at a con and pick that up. Wow, we're already at 9 minutes. That's a longer one for me. Oh, do I cut my head? I might have cut my head. Ooh. But yeah, so that's what I read last night. Dug it all. Nothing in stores this week from me. Maybe that's why I did the longer. When I talked about stuff because there's nothing in stores. But there's Endless over on Comixology, Died Hard, and Mark Spears' Monsters at Keen Spot. Mine is A Long and Lonesome Grave at Oni. Simulation Theory. The trade came out from Dark Horse. Over on WEBTOON, there's Urban Animal and Nexus Point. And On Kickstarter, there is no. I think Always Punch Nazis ended last week, so I think we're out of luck on that one. But I'll talk about it anyway. Go check it out if it didn't end. And Hero of the Prophecy, number one, still going. I'm pretty sure that one's still going. I forgot to check to see make sure everything was still going before I started talking. Uh, May 3rd, I'll be at Hello Comics for Free Comic Book Day, and June 20th, 22nd, I'll be at Heroes Con. Check me out at those. Check out these books. Like I said, I'll remember to put a link for them, or at least the link for the social media for the creators, so you can find them at a con. Um, Check out other links that I have, like social media links. Check out my store link. I sell my comics online. Same comics I sell at cons. I also Square, the same thing I use when I'm at the cons. They also provide you a website, which I think is a pretty sweet deal, where you can sell in between cons. I don't really sell that much. Nobody really goes on there, but if you want to, um, you could buy some of the stuff and I can ship it to you. Um, there's an Etsy store where I make buttons out of old comics. There's all kinds of stuff. I got all kinds of links. I got links everywhere. I'm linking all over the place. But yeah, check all that out, and I will see you all next week where we'll do it again, and it probably won't be 11 minutes next time. So thanks for sticking through it with this one. Hope you check out these books from these amazing creators, and hopefully I'll see you all next week where we do it again.